I just like I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the day where my grandkids like find like my Dragon Ball Z VHSs.
Oh man.
And they're just like, Grandma Sam, what's this? What's this? I'll be like, listen. And I start crying and I go, I'm gonna tell you the greatest story ever told. Sit down, you little bitch. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Anime Summit
Taco Tuesday podcast.
It's not.
It's Monday.
Motherfucker.
Oh.
You Korean cracker. It is Monday.
Danny,
over
what
here.
day is it?
No comment.
It's Monday. 3 against 1.
No, Danny. You cannot be the neutral. It is fucking Monday.
I can be the neutral.
Look at your calendar.
Anytime I want.
Look at your calendar.
No, Sam, it's Thursday. Episodes come out on Thursday.
I'll fucking cut you!
See,
You son of a bitch!
he got
I'm
you
gonna
there.
gut you like a fish!
He got you there.
Okay, I'm sorry. Just. Oh, God. It's the Anime Summit podcast, and it's fucking.
We
Okay,
record on a
just-
Monday.
I am your angry bitch, Sam, and with me I have Danny,
Hey, everybody.
Kwoka in Korea,
I will talk as much as Nick feels that I'm allowed to.
Yeah, that's right.
and of course it's, Benigna Fish.
Look, you shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Calmer than you are, Dudgiff.
Walter.
Look, we are a little bit late on this one, but we all decided to watch Marrying the Witch's Flower, so we're going to talk about that later on. We are just going to, you know what? We're not doing the news this week because, like we said, we're changing that, so I guess I kind of should have set it up differently the way I said that. Too late. We're going to leave it in because we're doing it live. That's okay. Listen, how are you guys doing? I'm doing good. I'll tell you what I did this weekend. Nothing. I didn't do shit.
Dude, I did a
I got
lot.
fat.
Fantasy football, first week. Woo! Also, Dungeons and Dragons.
I fucked up my shoulder in jiu-jitsu, so all
Oh.
weekend I had it wrapped up. So I have to take another week off of jiu-jitsu. So that's
Is it the fapping shoulder?
no.
All right.
Oh, that would be shitty if you couldn't give That means you can't give Dutch rudders.
This is true. It's not super fucked up, but it's too much for jiu-jitsu.
So those of you on the Discord, if you noticed, like I noticed, you'll notice that Danny was not on Discord very much at all this past weekend because of Spider-Man.
Well, yeah. Well, that and and also yesterday, Sunday, I was at an amusement park, so I was like sweating tits all day.
Also,
Sweating tits.
Higher
everyone who
tits.
Everyone who bought
tits.
an Xbox One and not a PS4, get wrecked because you can't play Spider-Man.
Haha, in your face. Oh, and also shout out to Ed because he finally got a PS4. So,
Yeah, he wised up.
Granny Squad all the way.
Shout out to a Raging Aztec on Discord. And
Word.
so here's the thing, right? Since we're not
Xbox
doing
is better,
here
but
we
I
go.
have both.
Here we go.
I have both.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you brought the PS4 to my house.
PC
that one.
Master
Yeah,
Race.
Yeah.
GG.
PC.
So we could play Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball, and that never came out.
And then every...
Somewhere, I think I have the files though, unless Matt gave me the wrong audio. I
Matt
think that
gave
might
you the
have been
wrong. He
problem.
might have because we did it on his computer. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, your girl thought it would be great to watch Marrying the Witch's Flower, Studio Ponoc. So we're going to talk about that. But before that, I of course want to remind all of you.
What do you
To
want
listen
to
to
remind? Oh.
What do you want to remind us?
Damn it, Sam! No more pregnant pauses.
I tripped over my thought, so I paused. I'm sorry. We get new episodes every Thursday of the Anime Summit podcast, and then it comes out on YouTube the following Saturday.
And if you didn't notice, this last week, Tuesdays start the lost tapes to YouTube. So for 32 weeks, you'll get 2 episodes on YouTube a week.
Yeah, back when I was a man, or when I presented as a man, rather. So
Same.
I don't sound any different. I still have a man voice. Like, sucks.
Sam has
Hate my
the
back.
Back with Mac and no Danny. So if you hate Danny,
Yep.
that's the place
Yep.
for you. Tuesdays on YouTube.
I just like imagining one of our listeners like, Danny sucks. I'm gonna listen to the old episodes only. Like so stupid. No, but yeah. So there you go. For 32 weeks, old episodes that aren't on they're not on the RSS anymore. The only place they were available was like that website that we had that we don't really update anymore. So now you
Still
can
there.
now you can do it on your favorite podcast app, whatever you use.
Are we ever
Google
going to
Play,
go back and update the
Spotify.
website?
I don't know.
The platform it's on has stopped being updated, and it wasn't very convenient
Kind of wasn't.
for what we were doing.
All right.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah,
I
so-
remember. I tried the website, the first like couple 4 episodes, and I was all like, "Yeah, I'm not doing this."
Yeah, but you know, now you can go to iTunes and Spotify and Google whatever
And leave a review.
and
Yeah.
do it there, or your favorite podcast
On
app,
Google
whatever.
Podcasts, if you're on an Android phone, all you gotta do is go podcast.animesummit.net, and it opens it up. You don't even gotta download anything.
Nope.
It's built
Nope.
right into your phone.
So that being said, you should also subscribe to the YouTube if you're not, you know, and then subscribe to Anime Summit Extra, where we throw other stuff that we do there, anime related or not, and whatever. And then also, let me know. Quokka's
Oh my
dying.
god, someone's dying.
Quokka's literally been coughing. Please do not mind him. He's fine. He just has the plague.
Quokka ate a witch's
Um,
flower.
He ate a witch's flower.
Editor, fix it.
I'm not gonna. No, I'm just gonna leave it in. I'm just kidding.
You should edit
No.
out Quokka coughing, but keep us talking about it.
Yeah.
Just so it looks like we're fucking bullying him.
Yeah. Shut up, quit dying, Quokka. He's like, just quiet. And then shut up, Nick. God.
Like when Mac fell asleep during one of the
Oh, yeah.
podcasts.
What?
That's right.
Wait,
He
what?
like passed out drunk or something.
I
Maybe he was just
totally-
asleep.
Oh my god. I totally forgot about that. Oh my god.
We're like, Mac, what's your
He was
opinion?
working like
He's just-
so fucking much.
Yeah, he was
This is-
working a lot.
Ow.
Yeah, he was just like dipset on him. Okay, anyway, sorry, back on track. And then follow us on Twitter at Anime Summit, and then our Instagram at Anime Summit Podcast. And if you have Twitter and Instagram, that'd be great. And then blah 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 blah. And then also, what was I gonna say? Oh, Manga Book Club. So this coming Sunday, the 16th, at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time.
PM or AM?
PM, 8:30 p.m. We're gonna be in the Manga Book
That'd
Club
be
voice
2030
channel,
military.
and only the people who have that role can go in there, because only the people who have that role are reading the book. And what we're reading right now is Akira. And if you are just hearing this week, just reading it now, that means when this episode comes out, you have 4 days to read all the way up to page 164, because that's the first 2 chapters of Volume 1.
That's 40 pages a day.
40 pages a day. But you see, honestly, you could probably get through it in a day. But
It's
anyway.
easy.
Because it takes like 3
Yeah, you're looking
seconds
at
to read a
pictures.
page of manga.
It's
Yeah,
not like a
it's-
Yeah,
novel.
well,
easy.
I mean,
Even
there's,
the
it's not.
one.
A lot of people think Akira is like dialogue heavy, and it's really not. But like, only in certain parts. But Akira by Katsuhiro Otomo, one of the greatest mangas ever made. He has got an Eisner Award. The dude is amazing. And so we are reading Akira in the Manga Book Club. And also, I got to say this one more, like there's 2 more things, and then we're going on. Number 1, I am looking for people to play Dragon Ball Fighters with and record for Anime Summit Extra, because I am gonna buy Broly, and we're gonna do Broly videos to get hyped for the new Dragon Ball Super movie, and I'm gonna wreck you, and it's gonna be funny. So just come on there so I can beat you up. And then the second thing is you should go to Amazon, type in Anime Summit Podcast or Anime Summit, and buy one of our t-shirts, because those t-shirts
Yeah, or you can
are
go
the shit.
to amazon.animesummit.net or kawaii.animesummit.net or zr.animesummit.net.
Yes.
Those
yes,
are all
yes,
different
yes.
shirts.
Please do that, and then take a selfie with it. Send it to me or Danny, and we're gonna put it on the Instagram and give you a shout out on the grams. So please
Also,
do that.
Did any of you watch the Instagram story I added?
I saw that
Yes.
you posted about it.
Oh, not story, but the IGTV.
Yeah, yeah. You ate the corn apple
I
pie.
ate some weird McDonald's stuff. A corn pie from McDonald's.
How was it?
Because Korea is weird.
I know you said in the video
it was corn.
Like it wasn't anything
tastes
special. Yeah.
Like corn cream, but in a pie.
Doesn't corn not digest
That's
or
weird.
something?
That is not true at all.
Or it doesn't?
You
like-
can see it in your poop.
Yeah, you can see it in your poop.
Yeah, but not everybody can see
Case
it in
closed.
their poop.
That's
I
a
never
big-
saw that corn in my poop.
I mean, maybe you got to dig
That's
through it a
big
little
old
bit.
frozen chunk of piece
Okay,
of
let's
poop.
not
'Cause
talk
I got
about.
super poop.
Let's not talk about poop.
Danny, when was your last poop?
She called the shit poop.
Girls
I'm
don't
not
poop.
talk-
Quokka.
I am not going to talk about my
Girls
bowels
don't poop.
over a podcast. Thank you very much.
He got no butthole.
I have a butthole. I'm
just
just
have
not going to
no-
talk about it.
We just don't shit. Anyway.
Also,
No, Kim
if
Jong-un doesn't have a butthole.
that's nice. Also, if you want me to post something up on Anime Extra, hit us up. Let me know. And then Coco has to give me the
This is true.
Yeah.
I have to be allowed to do it.
Please tweet #yell
When
at
you
Quokka.
asked me, it was at like a really inconvenient time to try to do that because I always have to figure out how to do it again because you never do it enough to know how to.
Right.
You always have to look it up again.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's enough self pee sucking. Mary and the Witch's Flower. Waifu has Bando. We just picked Mary and Peter because
Danny, you could actually stream Spider-Man directly to Anime Summon Extra
I know. I've been waiting.
from your PS4.
I know. I'm
that's
waiting.
what she was trying to do, except you ruined
Oh,
it.
is that what you asked about it for?
Well, that, but also, I had a little segment of Rainbow Six that I wanted to post on, but yeah.
Nice.
So
Okay. I
So-
didn't know you had a good reason for wanting it.
yeah,
I would have rushed.
it's okay.
Oh, I didn't know you wanted to do stuff. Yeah, good one.
Oh, I didn't-
Fucking-
Dude, does anybody
It's
know?
fine,
I
like,
didn't know
I don't
how much
wanna
of it
do-
was like a general or if it was a specific.
No, it's fine. I don't want to do any like reviews or anything like that. It's cool.
Oh, good. That's good. All right.
So
Now that we got
waifu.
that
Wait,
out of
does
the way.
anybody know
Waifu
where I
is-
can play Pokemon? Do I have to buy a Nintendo system? I can like emulate that shit, right? I've been
You could emulate
You
it,
can-
but you have
You
to
can
only.
download
craving.
Pokemon Uranium on your
I've been
computer.
craving.
Yeah, that's
it.
technically a hack, so you can't really. Get
No,
in
but
trouble
I
for
want
that.
it on my phone. That's what I'm saying. I want like a hack on my phone. All right.
Yeah,
We'll
Nick, I
talk
sent
about
you
this
all
off
that stuff.
cast.
Okay, we'll
Can-
talk about it later.
later.
Yeah, planning on the podcast.
We'll talk about
Tweet
illegal
can-
things
okay, can
off
you-
podcast.
Okay, listeners, do me a favor. Listeners, do me a favor.
Are you gonna leave all
Tweet-
this in?
Tweet at Anime Summit and at Blind Freeman and go # planning on the podcast. Actually, no, and at that Dancing Danny because planning on the podcast.
Word.
Okay, anyway,
Dancing Danny 90.
Yes.
90.
Mm.
What does the
So
90s stand
waifu is-
for? Just kidding.
The
'Cause she was
year I was born.
That's the year I was
What
born.
a baby.
I was also born in 90. Year of the horse, motherfucker.
Yeah,
The
You're the
Chinese
snake,
wood horse
bitch.
or metal horse?
Oh,
I'm the metal
Well,
horse.
wood horse.
I'm the metal horse.
I'm pretty sure this 89
You're a
is a
metal horse?
snake,
Yeah.
right? Anyway,
89 is a snake.
I'm Slytherin.
88 and 2000 are the
Just
dragon.
let me slither into
Um,
your ears, listeners, because I'm a snake.
So what? I'm a
All right, we're getting off track.
waifu is Mary Smith, and then husbando is Peter.
He doesn't even have a last
Mary
name.
and the Witch's
Come
No,
on, Peter.
husbando's Tib.
Okay,
Tib the
fine.
cat.
Tib the cat.
She is into bestiality.
And,
That's okay.
In the novel, in the
Not
novel.
judging.
They're not together. He's just the best husband.
So let's go back a little bit. Everyone, chime down. Smokey, shut up. No one cares.
Luna, be quiet.
Luna, please. Thank you, Danny. Jesus Christ.
What is Mary and the Witch's
Stu-
Flower, Sob?
Well, no. First of all, what is Studio Ponoc?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is Studio
Studio-
Ponoc,
what?
Sob?
What
Thanks,
is
Nick.
Studio Ponoc?
Nick, I'm glad you fucking asked that fucking question. God fucking damn it. I'm gonna fucking tell you right now.
Whoa, how many times are you gonna say fuck for? Some?
I don't fucking know. Yoshiaki Nishimura. Okay. He was a producer for Studio Ghibli, and he produced The Tale of Princess Kaguya when Marnie was there, and some other ones. He founded Studio Ponoc in 2015, the spring of 2015, and along with director Hiromasa Yonebayashi, and he is a director, and he directed When Marnie Was There, The Secret World of Arietti, and he also directed Mary and the Witch's Flower. So they started Studio Ponoc in 2015, and their first film was Mary and the Witch's Flower. So, kind of like a successor to Studio Ghibli, you could say, because after they did their last film, you know, Miyazaki did his last film, and then the studio did their last film. When Marnie was there. Except now in 2020, there's a thing coming out by Hayao Miyazaki called "How Do You Live."
Yeah, he's never gonna retire.
How do you live?
Yeah, I have no idea what it's about or what that's about. We'll have to. We'll hit that
I
bridge when
heard what it was
comes.
about, but I forgot. Cool story,
Yeah. Cool story, Nick.
I remember reading about it.
And then
All
you.
right.
Yeah. I think actually.
Good back and forth, Nick.
Yeah, I think. I think Nick actually mentioned it in a news
Okay, I'll
segment
stop
once.
with those.
But like, yeah, no, Studio Ponoc. So like, kind of like a successor to Studio Ghibli, which I think a lot of us, especially us, our podcast, had reservations about because we did a whole series on Ghibli. Thanks to Nick, because that was his idea, Studio Ghibli series. If you haven't listened to those episodes, go and listen to them. We just review all the films. But Mary and the Witch's Flower is a lot of the same animators, and obviously the same producer and producers and directors. So
No, the producers are the list is like everybody in Japan was involved in this movie.
Which is a problem. Why are there
Yeah.
so many producers?
I have
There's
no idea.
Korean companies, American
Doesn't that
companies.
mean that nobody gets money?
Every TV studio.
Does everybody chip in like $5 and they get like $1 back?
They
They get like, here's $5 and 5
corporate
cents.
crowdfunding.
Here's your profit.
$1 for lunch. The rest of it's for the fucking movie. So anyway, Studio Ponoc. There you go. First film, Mary and the Witch's Flower. And so Mary and the Witch's Flower is actually a film based on a 1971 children's novel called The Little Broomstick by Mary Stewart. Mary Stewart, I don't think she died in 2014, but she was from Scotland and from the UK. Oi. Speaking of which, one of the characters actually has a Scottish accent.
And he's
Fucking
awesome.
Flanagan, yeah. he's
Mr.
awesome.
Flanagan.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a Scottish
Take care of
name.
your broom, your
You
broomstick.
gotta take care of your broom.
So,
Did you guys
anyway,
watch the dub or the sub?
that's what I was going to ask
I
next,
watched the
actually.
dub.
Well, the dub is on Netflix. Do they even have the sub on Netflix?
Dub
Yeah,
live.
they do.
I couldn't
Yeah.
find it on
Yeah,
Netflix.
yeah.
What the hell?
You just go in and you change your audio settings.
You have to click on the caption.
No, I
when
did
it's
click.
your
I
audio.
did click on that, and it didn't give me the option. I was like, "What?"
It might have been glitching. Because sometimes it doesn't do that
It's
for me
not
when
out
I'm
in
watching.
Korea, so I didn't watch it on Netflix.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, actually, checking in with one of our resident Canadian Discord members, he also said, shout out to Young Trey V, he said that it wasn't on Canadian Netflix either. But it was dubbed by G-Kids, G-Kids dub. Shout out to G-Kids. And Kate Winslet actually plays Madame Mumblechoke.
Yep.
And Ruby Barnhill, who played Mary Smith, she's like...
She's an up-and-coming actress.
She's like 12 or 14 years old. Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, she was in her first film. She was in the movie's called the BFG.
Yeah, the
So-
Disney movie.
Big
the
fucking gun.
No, see, they
Yeah, that's
they
from Doom,
should have
isn't it?
never. You're right.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's
Mary and the
stands
Witch Flower
for.
only available in the U.S. on Netflix.
So the BFG actually stands for the Big Friendly Giant, based on Roald Dahl's The Big Friendly Giant. So that was probably a shitty name to call that because
Yeah.
everyone knows the BFG by the gun from Doom,
Yeah.
as Nick said. But anyway, Big fucking gut busting bitch.
Or
Smeller.
the big furry. Oh, never
Yeah.
mind. That's BFM. Never mind.
But she
Big furry
did.
monster. I'm thinking of
That
Magic.
movie did really well for her. Like she got nominated 3 times for that movie.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So anyway, Marrying the Witch's Flower, Studio Ponoc. Let's get into it. I watched the dub. So what had happened is I went to a friend's house to do some stuff for a potential job, and while we were editing photos, we started watching it, and we watched it in sub for like the first 10 minutes, and then we switched over to the dub. But we didn't get to finish it because we were doing other stuff and whatever. So I watched it yesterday with Trisha in the dub.
Actually,
I
on
didn't-
Netflix, there's no Japanese audio.
Told you.
Oh, okay.
Snap.
That's what I told
Then
you.
Sam, your story's wrong. Where
It's
you
not
didn't
wrong
even watch
because
the
we
movie,
watched
did
it
you?
in the sub.
Where
We watched it in
where
the
did
sub.
you find it, Sam?
Nope.
I'm just kidding.
Dude, I'm telling you, we
Huh,
watched it.
Sam.
No, dude, I'm dead serious.
Do
Like,
you
I'm not
even
lying.
Netflix?
Do you
dude,
even
I swear
Netflix?
to God. I swear on Danny's dog Tux. Like we watched it
Wow.
in Japanese for the first 10 minutes. And I love that dog.
That Tux is so lovable.
I love Tux.
You don't.
I
love
swear on
Chubby?
Smokey's fucking whiskers, okay? And I love his whiskers.
That's surprising.
I love the dub.
I mean,
the dub.
I own the movie, so I could choose.
Wait, how do you own the
Oh.
movie already? Oh,
What
It
do you
came
mean?
out.
How? I bought it
it came out the other. Okay, never mind. Wait,
It
this is from
came
like
out, like,
2017. Okay.
in January.
July.
Well,
Well,
July in
yeah.
Japan, January in the States.
Yeah.
So it came out July 2017 in Japan, and then it came out January 2018.
Yes, Sam. We
here, yeah.
just said
So-
that.
Yeah, but she said July.
Okay.
I didn't
She didn't say the
specify
year.
the year. Okay. I didn't
Yeah, that's why I was.
specify
That's
the
why I
year.
was
getting
saying
lost
the
in
year.
the
Everyone
weeds
yell
again.
at cool. Okay, well it doesn't
No,
matter.
we're having a
Everybody
back
take
and
a
forth.
drink.
We're having a back and forth. We're doing a back and forth right now.
That's true.
Quokka.
Don't ruin the bit.
So
Everybody
the
turn over your
movie
egg
for
timer.
me, the movie for me is 10 out of 10 because of the 2 cat faces. Moving on. This podcast is done.
All right,
We'll
thank
see
you
y'all
for
next
coming.
week.
And next week we have some more anime.
Movie's 10 out of 10 because cat faces.
I have some story problems with
Oh, wait.
this movie.
So let's start with the movie summary. Do we want to do that?
Well,
How do we
I-
want to
I'll
do this?
Just really
Playing on the
quick. and then
podcast.
we'll-
Take a drink.
Just really quick because Quokka, I want to get to Quokka's point for sure because he might say what I agree with, but just really quick, it's about a girl named
probably
Mary
won't.
Smith who lives with her great aunt Charlotte, and she lives in this place called Red Manor, and they live in like next to this fucking forest, and in this forest she finds a special flower called the Fly by Night, and this flower grants magical powers to a person who bursts one of the flowers. And
like
she
a
finds,
gusher.
yeah, like it almost
A
looks like
gusher.
a gusher, yeah,
No,
That's
that's,
almost
what
like
it
thought
is.
of it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
good.
pretty much what it is.
yeah, and then later, Mary in the same forest finds a broom, and the magic powers of that broom are activated because she
had the fly-by night.
had one of the fly by nights squeezed in her hand, and
Thanks to Chip.
she discovers this school of magic and wizardry up in the sky.
It's a
and
castle
some shade,
in the sky.
some yeah.
Oh, snap.
Same
Oh,
universe
snap.
theory. But then she sees some shady ass shit, and the fly by night is a big thing about it, and it's everything is kind of sus. It's sus as fuck. It seems sus.
Yeah, basically there's 2 scientists who are running experiments on animals to turn them into like Pokemon,
magical
basically.
beings.
Pokemon. They're Pokemon. And they turn them into that with the sludge stuff, and the animals clearly
The
don't
fly by
like
night,
it.
yeah.
It's clearly kind of bad. And then they're like, oh no, Mary finds out that they're eventually, guess what? They're going to eventually use it on humans to make them ultra magical. And that's like,
With the fly-by night.
she has to stop it.
They're trying to make Mewtwo.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're basically trying to make, and they had tried it before, and it was terrible, and so anyway,
It became that creature from inside that breaks out and attacks
yeah, like
everybody.
like Tetsuo and Akira, like he goes all crazy, and then he turns into the big baby, vomits everywhere. Anyway,
What?
What?
Dude. I'm just thinking
Read the
Redline
fucking
had
manga.
a Akira thingy with the big giant baby in Redline.
All right, this
Oh,
is
yeah,
not
that's
about
right.
Akira, though.
I was talking about Redline, Danny.
Well, this is not about Akira or Redline.
Okay, so Quokka, you said that you had an issue.
I got
With
two
house.
main story issues
Okay, tell me.
that
I think I
kind
kinda
of
know what
ruined
it
the
is.
flow of the narrative for me.
Yeah.
One is she shows up at this school that's like, we're going to harshly punish anybody that's not supposed to be here. And somehow everybody's treating her both as if she's totally supposed to be there and that she has no fucking clue what anything is. Where they're like, oh, this is a magic academy. It's the best academy in the world. Which would be, of course you should know that. You applied and got in.
Right.
If she was supposed to be there. But they kept just... Where they're both doing both of those things, and it came off as kind of stupid. As opposed to some kind of a narrative that allowed her to actually, like... Where they treated her as just... somebody that's supposed to be there. And that would have been more... possibly compelling. I don't know.
Okay.
But it's just like they were balancing those two things, which made it not make sense at all.
But also remember too that Madame Mumblechoke or Chokes on Dick, whatever her name is.
Yeah, Miss
She-
Jokes on Dick.
She she said that she saw Mary fly in, and when she was watching her, she probably saw her red hair and was just like
Assumed,
and just assumed that she enrolled there and whatever.
Yeah, but then she wouldn't need to explain to her what the school is.
No, weren't
Yeah,
they
but
using?
that's
They were
just-
using her to
that's
get the
just a
flowers,
basic-
right?
But that's just a basic
didn't know that yet.
introduction, though. Like that's what you usually do at any school.
No, but it wasn't like a, hey, get with the rest of your class. Like, you wouldn't have to, like, if you've applied to a university, your first day of school, they don't tell you the history of the university and why they should
Quokka,
apply.
they had to
So-
exposit some background for the audience so we know.
So Quokka, I think I know what you're saying. You're saying that your issue is like they gave her like this tour as if she had never been there before.
And knew nothing about it while treating her like she was a person that was supposed to know all this stuff.
Yeah, okay. I see what
Basically,
you mean.
my main problem with a lot of anime that this comes up regularly is when they feel the need to tell you stuff that situationally shouldn't be told.
Every proxy battle anime ever.
Like they're not finding a good way to like give you the information about the world through the actual world. They're like setting up a situation that doesn't make any sense.
I like how the
People
scientists
explaining things that they know to people that already know.
Yeah, the scientists. It's like the trope where they're like, as you know, this is used for this, and it's just like,
As
it's
you
the most
know,
obvious-
magic is present in all human
Yeah.
beings.
I think it's kind of funny, but yeah, I get it. A little bit clumsy.
And then also with the whole nature of how suddenly she's showing up and being like the most amazing little witch, which is something like you think the school would definitely know if there was somebody in that much potential.
Also too, like, I wonder how close. It seems pretty close to the novel, but I don't know for sure. Obviously, I've never fucking read it, but
Yeah.
I wonder how it went down in the novel because it's a
I'm
children's
sure-
novel, like.
Yeah.
I'm sure it
'Cause it
kind of
could've-
went a little bit more into detail in the novel than.
Yeah. And it's
They
also
did in the
possible
movie.
a different character handled some of the explanation. Because I think the more practical way is that the officials still think that she is supposed to be there, but then they have like a secondary character, think like Harry Potter's Nearly Headless Nick or something, that would be like, oh, I got you, I'll help you out. That doesn't care about enforcing the rules.
Yeah.
And they would be the person to explain it. That would make more like sense. Anyway, that was the first issue that I had.
Mm-hmm.
Does nobody want to ask me what the second one was?
What's the second one,
Okay, what's the
Quokka?
second one?
Wait, I thought that was the second one.
If you're going to do experiments to try and make an unlimited magical being, why would you do that to somebody that you kidnap and not to one of the people that's loyal to you?
Well, they tried.
Good
They
question.
did that in the beginning.
Yeah, but if you're planning it to succeed, why would you take somebody that you've kidnapped and make them into nearly a god? Because they're immediately going to turn that power against you if it's successful.
What if they're
well,
thankful?
they kind
though?
of well.
What if they
they-
turn into
they
Zero
also-
Two, like in Darling in the Franxx, where she thanks her abusers?
They also explained, because they threatened Mary, the headmistress, whatever you want to call her, took like that note because she said, what are you hiding behind your back? Because Mary took the book and stuff. So like the reason why they kidnapped Peter was to threaten Mary so that they can get the witch's flower.
Yeah, but they didn't need to then try to convert him into a magical being.
But they had him, so he was the easiest.
Yeah, but if they're expecting it to succeed,
but he was the easiest target for them, rather than
taking one. It seems like they'd be counting on it to fail.
Well, I don't think they were gonna originally do that to him. They just decided to at that point because when she went to go back for him, he was like, "Mary, just run." And then they had him and the flower, so I was like, okay, let's just do this right now.
Yeah, I'm just saying that doesn't make sense.
Okay, what do you want?
Because it seems like their lab is going to get destroyed either way. If it fails, their lab gets destroyed because the alien blob monster just destroys everything. And if they succeed, he just kills everybody because they experimented on him.
Well, they probably didn't think that was going to happen again. They probably thought, oh, we have better equipment this time, we have this time, and whatever.
So because if it succeeds, they just made somebody that they were enslaving into a god. That just seems like bad planning. That's like...
It's a kid's movie, okay? What do you
want?
Like... Don't complain.
That's like kidnapping somebody,
but not...
kidnapping somebody, beating them up for 3 days, and then giving them a gun. They're just going to shoot you.
That's true. I would also shoot them. Here's why Tib is the best character, though.
Yes, okay.
But no, you know what? I mean, looking back on it, I don't know. Like, when I was watching it, I guess I wasn't thinking about that stuff. Because I knew it was going to be kind of a predictable, movie. You start watching it 10 minutes in, it's gonna be predictable the rest of the way. So,
and I mean it's also for
kids.
I'm
not making
so
it.
really
I'm not
gives
saying
a shit?
that. Right. I'm not saying that's an excuse, obviously, but I don't know. I just really enjoyed how it was. I really
watched it the second time, because the first time I watched it was when I bought the movie.
Look at Danny, made of money.
I got it on sale too.
Did you get Spider-Man on sale?
I pre-ordered that shit, so I didn't have to pay for anything.
Wait, how do you? Wait, you have her free?
What?
No,
when you pre-order stuff, you can put down payments until
she didn't have to pay for it when she went and got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you paid for it.
Yeah. You still paid.
You paid for it with past money, which was worth more than current money.
Exactly.
Technically,
so
yes.
I didn't have to use...
Technically,
you actually paid
yes.
more than the sale price for it.
You could have invested that into reserve list magic cards.
Okay, so...
All right, we're getting off topic.
More.
We're getting off topic, and playing cards are too expensive and too much of an investment for me. So, anyway.
Not if you pick the right ones and you hit it big.
Yeah, well, I have a
kidding.
shit ton of manga that I like to collect, and I got a shit ton of figures that I like to collect, and those cost way more money than magic cards. So, anyway,
disagree.
The first time that I watched this movie, I did enjoy it. It definitely reminded me of like a mixture between like Spirited Away and Harry Potter combined. There's a girl who goes to like a mysterious world, blah blah blah. And like she learns about herself, like and how, she wasn't really all that alone and everything. Life's not so bad. Because in the beginning she was like complaining how like her hair was like so red and so like curly and stuff. And then at the end she like actually admires her hair and she likes her hair and stuff. But the second time that I watched it, I actually watched it very carefully. And I did notice that the plot didn't really all that make sense, and it wasn't all that good because like she was just complaining throughout the whole entire movie. and she was lying too. Like she was lying to the headmistress and everything like that. Like, oh yeah, I'm such an excellent student. You know, I can do this, this, and that. So, I did notice that, and it did. The movie did jump, to like certain scenes, and it didn't really make all that much sense. So I do understand like where Kuoka is coming from with like
Damn
with
straight.
his statements. So, but again, it's a kids movie, so kids aren't really going to pay attention to that.
The thing is, like, you don't want to put bad morals into their brain either. You don't want to be like, oh,
Yeah,
I'm just magically gonna get a superpower and everything will be okay. Like, even though that's kind of what some superhero stories are about. But
Just imagine that like as a threat. You bring me those flowers, or I will turn your best friend into a living god.
oh, great!
oh, okay, awesome. Can you do that to me?
See, I guess, man, I must watch a movie like a kid still, because I just was not paying attention.
Sam is distracted by the pretty Sam, you're like, you know, in Zoolander, it's like, do not be distracted by the beautiful celebrities. That's you.
That's, yeah, literally, because I don't know. I just enjoyed it.
It's
I
a
like
good
animation,
movie.
it's
Like,
great, but,
don't
you know.
get me wrong. Like, the animation is great. The music is amazing. It's very pleasant.
Am I the only one who didn't like the music?
I
It
love
was
the music.
okay.
I
I
did-
have
well,
nothing
it's not that I
notable to say
didn't-
about
I
the
loved
music
it.
at all.
It's not that I didn't like it. It's that I didn't like, you know, I didn't feel anything about it. It was like, yeah.
I kind of honestly, like, this type of movie, I definitely would have liked to see what happened before Mary found the fly by night. Like, I would have liked to see, you know, her great aunt Charlotte at the school and stuff like that, and like how it led up to the end result in the beginning of the movie. In the beginning of the movie, you know.
I think they kind of wanted that to be like a light twist kind of deal.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but at the same time, I feel like that kind of story would be definitely more interesting, and I feel like it would make a lot more sense on what happens in Mary and the Witch's Flower.
Yeah, well, you don't know anything.
Oh, like it could work nicely if it's something where like the viewer knows, but Mary doesn't.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know anything.
Maybe.
I love the soundtrack, and I loved the backgrounds especially.
It had
Just
lots
didn't-
of style.
The soundtrack
Oil
for me
painting
just didn't,
cells on top of
it didn't, it
watercolor,
didn't
like,
pop
fuck
out
off.
enough, you know? Like, I'm thinking of Howl's Moving Castle, where the soundtrack is like part of the story, really. This one, it's kind of
See,
like,
maybe that's-
it's there.
Okay,
It's
see
not
what you said
bad.
right there? See what you said right there? Here's why y'all are bitches. Because I'm not trying to compare it to anything Ghibli.
Yeah,
I know
why
that's
not?
the first thing that we...
Yeah. You know
Why
what? I
shouldn't you
was
compare it to
actually
that?
just about to
Honestly,
say that.
I think it has a stronger resolution than 90% of Ghibli movies.
Well, yeah, because
Here
it's
we
made with
go.
all CG. You can tell it's like completely CG. Not like the CG.
What does that have to do with
CG.
anything?
What do you, well, that means the resolution is like they can do whatever the fuck they want, like with
No,
vectors,
story
right, Sam?
resolution. You
Oh, story
fucking
resolution.
idiot.
I thought you meant like animation.
It wasn't in CG.
Yeah, it was. It was
No,
no,
it
I mean,
means
Sam, all new anime
computer
is
drawn.
made
Computer
with
drawn
computer. That's what I meant.
animation.
Yeah, computer drawn.
Oh, okay. Well, speak English next time. Jesus. Anyway,
I should,
Which
I
is
said it wrong.
CG.
I liked the soundtrack, the
No,
background.
I didn't like the resolution. I don't know. It was okay.
Story-wise, you know, for me, it was just like a kids movie. You know, obviously, it's not like, I don't know, it's like 6 out of 10. I don't know. Like that wasn't a big deal to me. But what was a big deal to me was that it was a kids movie that I enjoyed. You know, kind of the same way. Definitely not on the same level, but in a similar way that I enjoyed like Kiki's Delivery Service, but
Yeah.
definitely nowhere near the same level. Obviously,
Well, yeah, they're both witches.
Yeah, Kiki's Delivery Service though.
Yeah,
is a
the
whole
the
nother
difference here is
monster, but-
Mary and all the other characters just don't have enough. They don't have enough chutzpah. They don't have enough like, you know, empathy towards. Like, I don't feel enough toward each character. You know, does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah, that makes sense.
they're just kind of like going through the story, and there's not enough like introspection for my liking. She's like, oh, here's
Seemed
this
really arbitrary.
here's this magical ability. Let's solve the story. And it's like, that's how it felt to me. Whereas with Kiki and a bunch of other movies, it's like they're trying to, fight with their personal demons and all that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there's more struggle in Kiki and the other stories too. There's more of like a struggle.
Yeah. So I wonder now, when you say that, if that is like, it almost makes me want to read the children's novel, because I almost wonder, because if that's how the children's novel is, yeah, because obviously, it was written in 1971. There was probably shit in it that they excluded.
Oh, back when women weren't equal.
Wait, when did women's suffrage happen?
Oh God,
that was before that.
That was way before that. But anyway, yeah, who fucked up? Because it's a children's novel. Did it execute that basic because of that, or you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Like,
well, I'm just saying
kids are stupid and they'll accept anything.
That's true, but like, that's no excuse to have bad themes or to have less than
like
moral
I was just thinking
themes.
of because the one like whatever moral child value whatever that you could take from it is how like she's complaining about her red hair, and then when she goes to the magic world, it's like they love her red hair. And it kind of just seems like that also doesn't fit its point right, where you're supposed to be comfortable with who you are. It's instead just
really
like, hey, go find a place where they fetishize what you are.
Yeah, they didn't really run with that theme either.
Yeah, it's like only lightly touched. So I'm not sure.
I also didn't like the whole, your parents are working, so that's why they're not here kind of thing.
No,
she
they
had
were
parents?
just still working and hadn't come to the country yet.
It just was kind of
basically the family was moving, but
so I mean, realize that's like
she
every
moved
anime.
early to go to school.
The parents are absentee.
I mean, that seemed fine context-wise.
There could have been more story if they were like dead though, like Batman.
I don't think that needed to be true.
Well, it's a Ghibli movie.
Like
They're
Batman.
not going to do that. Or it's a Pontiac.
They should have died.
They should have died.
They should have been dead.
Honestly, that part of the story is totally fine. Nothing wrong with that.
Right, but I just why you even bring it up? Because I almost thought that was going to have something to do with what happened in the beginning. But maybe I'm just stupid. I don't know. Like, I don't know anything.
You were drawing
guys
some weird
ruined
connections.
everything. You know what? I kind of liked the movie, and you guys just fucking ruined it. So I'm done.
I mean, I never said that I didn't like it. Like, there are.
No, you know what? Fuck the lot
love
of
it.
I still enjoyed it. Like, I just, I'm just pointing out it did have flaws.
Yeah,
you know.
The true test. If you did not currently own it, would you go and buy it for the price that you bought it at?
Oh, the glass reflection test. Is it certified frosty?
Is it certified frosty? I don't know. I think I still would because
it was a great deal.
I am.
It was on sale.
mean, I am a fan, of like that type of animation, like the Ghibli stuff, and like I do see great things with this studio. So, and to have this as like kind of like their first ever film to like debut as a studio, I feel that that's like something that you need in your collection. Not only that, I'm a movie collector, so yeah,
what if
I
they
would
become
still.
just a shit studio?
Well, then it'll be one of my guilty pleasures. So.
Well, then it could be like one of those things
What
like
if they become
when we have
Dean?
Yo, Dean was pretty good.
Yeah, Sakura trick.
Yeah, dude, don't be talking about shit about Dean, man.
Dude, they made Konosuba.
Konosuba, dude. Here's the thing. In the future, Danny makes a great point. In the future, which Coca's already in the future.
I am.
But in the future, when I'm a grandparent and my grandkids want to come up to me and be like, you know, Grandma Sam, what is this?
Yeah.
And they show me Mary and the Witch's Flower in this dusty old Blu-ray case.
Because everything
I'm
is
gonna be
like, you know, visualized and everything. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Is
like,
this a
sit down, you little
pancake?
shit.
Like what?
Is
It's
this
not
a
even on the
pancake?
VR launcher.
Sit down, you little piece of shit. I'm gonna tell you a story. And then I have to blow the dust off of my PS7.
Wow.
And then like, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the day where my grandkids like find like my Dragon Ball Z VHSs.
Oh man.
And they're just like, Grandma Sam, what's this? I'll be like, listen. And I start crying, and I go, I'm going to tell you the greatest story ever told. Sit down, you little bitch. You little piece of shit. I'm going to tell you a real story, not like your whatever.
Wait, what?
Backyardigans or MTV, whatever the fuck you do.
Backyardigans. Oh my god.
Not like your Logan Pauls.
Yeah, you kid in your Logan Paul and whatever the hell. Anyway, no, and all joking aside, I kind of, and I see where you guys are coming from, and I agree with you. And Nick is right. Like, obviously, it's not an excuse to like, oh, because it's a kids movie. Like, it's not an excuse to not have like a more structured execution with how the way things went down. And I think I recognize that right away. Like, obviously, it's pretty predictable. It's a kids movie, and it could have been done better. You know what I mean? So for it being the first Ponoc film, I mean, I still enjoyed it.
It definitely had its potential. You know, it definitely succeeded. For them to like continue more works.
Mhm.
So you know, it's not. Could I say it's a failure? Maybe. Could I say it's a success? Yes. You know, like it's one of those like yes and no's kind of thing. So, they definitely can produce better works. So
Right. So, anyway, that's my final thought. Actually, my final thought is this: I did still really enjoy the backgrounds.
Oh yeah, it had good backgrounds.
Oil paintings on watercolor is just amazing.
Who
to
did the
me,
backgrounds?
And I love this. I love the soundtrack. You know what? I didn't look that up, and I should have because I really like the backgrounds.
There's director of photography. How do we know who does the backgrounds?
It would be the like cell artist or something
There's
like
like
that.
there's key animation, but that's not necessarily background.
No,
that
no,
isn't
no,
background
no.
actually. There's like art director. So the art director was Toмотaka Kubo, and where is it? I just had it.
It would just say
Director of
background artist,
photography, Atsushi Okui. But I don't know who did backgrounds, so yeah.
probably doesn't say. But like anyway,
Oh, here we go. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people listed. Well, yeah, ANN
what
has
would
it.
what would you guys give it out of 10?
a 6.
Yeah,
that's what I
six.
I give it a 5.
6. I give it a 6. Nick gave it a
Hipster 5, you
It's
know?
decent.
It's all right. It's okay.
You don't need to go watch this.
It's on
I
Netflix.
think-
You know,
Be
it's fine.
okay
I
to
think
show
if
like a
you're
little
gonna- I
kid.
think-
If you're an adult, there's no reason to see this.
I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I think you should just watch it just because it's the first Studio Ponoc film and just see what it's about. But anyway, that being said,
Oh
the
wait,
next...
what would we give it on the Nabisco scale?
Oh, okay. Wheat thin.
How did Nick do that?
Wheat thin.
Is that how Nick did Wheat
I don't
Thins?
know.
No, Wheat Thin... No, we've already discussed this. Wheat Thins need to be higher because Wheat Thins are the shit.
Yeah, Wheathins are
Okay.
the shit.
I don't even know all the rest of the Nabisco products anymore.
I use Wheat Thins to eat tuna salad.
The tomato basil
You fucking
Wheathins?
bitch.
Tomato basil Wheathins, that's where it's at.
The tomato basil ones are flame.
What about
Like,
Triscuit?
Put me... Mira cabronas. Put me a slice of cheese on that.
You know what?
On a
I'm gonna
tomato
give it a
basil.
saltine.
Okay, I'll tell you what.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
saltine.
I'll tell you
No,
what.
give it a
I'll
chicken
tell you
It
what.
would be
biscuit.
okay in a very specific.
Okay, so according to how Nick has it on here, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, we can change this. This is like old.
I give it a high Newton. High fig.
Is that a
Newton.
Western or something? High Newton.
No, high fig, like high on the fig Newton part.
See, you were high Newton.
High.
I'd give it. I'd give it like a teddygram. Yeah, let's go
I'll
with
give
the
it a
teddy. Yeah, let's go with the teddygram.
I'm gonna agree with Danny. I'm gonna change mine to teddygram. I'll give it a teddygram.
Like the chocolate chip teddygrams.
Yeah. Yeah, because obviously those are not as good as.
We have to start using this again.
Yeah,
Might
for
need
real.
to adjust
So
it slightly.
Tweet at Anime Summit Nabisco scale, please. And then obviously, we gotta have an S+ tier, which is the peanut butter Oreos.
Oh, peanut butter is
but
God tier. Jesus Christ.
God tier peanut butter Oreos.
So like,
Unless you're allergic to peanuts, then it's not.
Then sucks for you.
It's Satan. Anyway.
But anyway, yeah, Studio Ponoc, Marrying the Witch's Flower. I would say just give it a watch, just because it's the first Ponoc film, and you know what? Maybe watch it with like your niece or your kid if you have one, or your younger
sibling.
I would say just watch
whoever.
one of the older Ghibli films. I mean, like, if you've already seen the other stuff, then watch this. Or maybe, I don't know. This
That's
is
a
like
good
lower
point.
priority
That's a
than
good
the
point.
other stuff, but like, look,
Yeah, definitely.
you'll probably get through
definitely.
that stuff anyway. And if you like this type of theme, then the witches.
If I'm being serious, then you should literally just watch Mulan, because that's also on Netflix right now, and that's the
You
greatest.
watch
Disney
Little
film
Witch
of all time.
Academia, man. Shit.
You could.
Shit.
I like
If
Little
you
Witch
wanted to.
Academia.
Yeah, we know that.
But you got to make
What
little
else is
5-year-old
new?
girl watch it in subtitle, and tell her that the filthy dub is not worthy.
Nick, after everything you say, you should just say, I mean, shit.
I mean,
Shit.
Shit. That's what I'm saying.
fuck, man.
That's what I'm saying.
I have a final
Oh my
thought,
God,
though.
okay.
So, like, there's a
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
a really good Anime News Network interview with the creator of God, I can never pronounce his name, Hiromasa Yonebayashi. There we go. So they interviewed him. There's a really good interview on that. So we'll post that in the show notes.
Sweet.
We didn't really talk like in depth about the themes. They kind of mentioned a couple of them in there. So
I guess maybe because it wasn't executed so well enough where the themes.
well,
kinda
it's like
got lost,
magic.
You know.
It's like they want to be in a world where they don't depend on magic. The girls. And I'm like, oh, this represents cell phones to me. I'm trying to just
Well, then
draw
there was
these
the thing about like
connections.
how she hated her hair and whatever. But anyway,
Her hair looked like a broomstick. Did you notice that?
It did.
Both sides of it.
Her twin tails.
both sides of it.
That's not even twin tail. That's like twin brooms.
It's a twin.
That's like Shiki style hair.
So she style hair.
Dude, I want to watch that so
So-
bad just for the hair.
Studio Ponoc's next film is apparently a film that is the first volume in a 3-part short film theater anthology, and it's called Modest Heroes. I don't know what that means. Like 3 short films, that's part of one big thing. I don't know, but it's called Modest Heroes. The poster's been out for a while. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I
Um,
like the poster. It looks really.
The poster looks sick.
Yeah.
I hope that this is going to be something cool. I don't know if we're going to get a chance to see that somehow, maybe, probably. But anyway, not bad. Not bad in my opinion. So, that being said, anyone else got final thoughts? Coca? Danny? Nick?
I'm just going to rank his movies. So I would rank them as When Marnie Is There, number 1, Secret World of Ariadne, number 2, and then Mary and the Witch's Flower, number 3.
Oh, you're talking about Yonebayashi?
Yeah, I think.
I would say
Yeah,
I would say exactly what you said.
Yeah, same, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Cause when Marnie was there, it made me cry because it reminded me of the relationship I had with my grandmother. So that's definitely like top tier for me for his movies.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. When Nick and me reviewed that on this podcast, he watched it right before we were supposed to.
Oh, yeah.
And he
I was
cheered
there
up a little bit.
I was there when We recorded that episode too.
No, this was before. This was like the first
No,
year.
this was way.
Oh, this
was
was
like
before. Oh.
this was when I was a young warthog. Yeah.
No, I wasn't.
But yeah. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, no. And
Oh my God, there it goes.
What the
there it
fuck?
goes again. He's dying.
no, but yeah. So Danny finished the.
Oh,
What, the
I
Okay.
saw it in
what was
theaters.
that brushing
I saw,
sound too? It was like.
that was me laughing.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no. Danny finished the Ghibli series with us, so we reviewed
Yeah.
that on the Ghibli series, and she was there. And yeah, I know you did have a connection with that movie
Yeah.
in particular. But yeah, I would agree with Nick on that list. Kolka, any final thoughts?
Go listen to the podcast RSS to listen to our Terrace House episode. It came out a few days last week.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen Terrace House, you should. It's on Netflix. Do it. Do it right now.
My plan is
Do it
to
right now.
by mid 2019 convert this to a Terrace House podcast. We're gonna
No.
pivot.
Yeah. It's
we're
gonna be a
we're
no
gonna
for me.
pivot. We'll deep dive every episode.
Yep, we'll make podcasts longer than each episode.
So I'll tell you what. Go do that. Come back. Tweet at us about Terrace House when you listen to it. Tell us which Terrace House season you're watching, and tell us why Avian is best grill.
And please,
That being said,
please tweet at us. Not that many people tweet at us. Please do it.
oh yeah, seriously. And then if you go to our Twitter too, you'll notice there's a survey there. You should take it if you haven't yet. And that being said, I am Sam the Bomb, Danny Hootenanny, Too Slick Nick, Koka in Korea, and we have been the Anime Summit Podcast.
Yay!
And I'm changing my score to 10 out of 10 because of Tib and Gib.
Tib and Gib are best grills. Best husbando, best grill.
Catface Johnsons and Catface Joannes everywhere.